Bolyán Anita, mysterious Dispilion tablet and Sumerian eagerness for timber in Neolithic Balkan. 5300 BC. The Timber Trail to the Past, Rewriting the Dawn of Trade. In 1993, a quiet but revolutionary discovery was made, a fragment of ancient cedar wood bearing distinctive markings. While a piece of timber might seem ordinary, its implications were explosive. The dating of this cedar wood suggests that the Sumerians' legendary obsession with high-quality lumber started far earlier than anyone had previously dared to guess. Conventionally, we are taught that Sumerian timber expeditions began around the founding of Eridu, reaching into the lush forests of Phoenicia, modern-day Lebanon. But this artifact hints at a much grander, more audacious reality. Sumerian traders didn't stop at the Mediterranean coast. Driven by an insatiable need for timber, they pushed deep into the ancient Balkan territories. The Neolithic melting pot, when Sumer met the Balkans. By the time Sumerian explorers ventured northwest around 7,500 years ago, the Balkans were already a vibrant genetic and cultural crossroads. The inhabitants, the region was populated by European hunter-gatherers, who, intrigued by the incoming southern technologies, showed a profound interest in early writing systems and foreign commodities like cedar. The convergence, these HG groups were mingling with early Anatolian farmers and populations descended from Caucasus hunter-gatherers, change. Because the change formed a genetic bedrock for later Mesopotamian populations, these deep Caucasus-Anatolian Balkan networks suggest that Sumer and the Balkans were never truly isolated from each other. Instead, we are looking at a system of mutual cultural awareness. The indigenous people of the Balkans likely knew of Sumerian culture, and vice versa, pushing the timeline of Euro-Mesopotamian contact back into the deep Neolithic. Climate shifts and the reindeer goddess, the Great Migration. How did this vast geographical bridge form? The answer lies in dramatic prehistoric climate change. Before the Sumerians expanded, the regions bordering Egypt and Mesopotamia were home to a unique culture centered around reindeer herding, operating under the spiritual domain of the ancient deity Nun. As the planet warmed at the end of the last ice age, the climate grew too hospitable for these cold-adapted animals. The reindeer herders migrated north, following the retreating ice. As they left, the Proto-Sumerians moved into the vacated ecological niches. As the warming trend continued, Sumerian trade networks expanded rapidly, eventually creeping into Europe. A land never truly empty, it is vital to note that the Balkans were never a desolate wilderness. Even during the peak of the Ice Age, the region served as a crucial human refuge. When Sumerian traders arrived near the Dispilio lake settlements, they encountered thriving, deeply rooted communities. Eventually, this golden age of overland and maritime trade faced a catastrophic pause. A major marine transgression, rising sea levels, dramatically altered the Mediterranean coastline. As the waters swelled, the Sumerians were forced to contract their overextended trade routes, pulling back to their reliable, closer strongholds, the cedar forests of Phoenicia. The bungee-jumping goddess, from Gilgamesh to Athena. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this early connection is not the timber itself, but the ideas that traveled alongside it. This cultural exchange gives rise to the bungee-jumping theory of mythology, which suggests that religious cults and concepts bounced across Eurasia, absorbing new traits with each rebound. Consider the classic tree cults of the Greek goddesses Dione and Athena. Their origins may stretch all the way back to Sumerian lore, specifically an episode in the Epic of Gilgamesh. When Gilgamesh aggressively cuts down a sacred tree, he banishes a mysterious maiden who lived within it. This maiden was no mere spirit, she represents an ancient, forest-dwelling prophetic cult. Ancient European nun cult. Driven south by ice climate. Sumerian forest maiden cult, Gilgamesh era. Propagated via timber trade networks. Greek tree cults oracles, Dione Athena. According to the bungee-jumping model, this female-dominated prophetic tradition originated in Europe, swung south into Mesopotamia where it was recorded in Sumerian myth, and then bounced back to the west. It returned to the Greek world in the evolved forms of Athena and Ione. This long-distance cultural echo left behind a powerful, enduring superstition that shaped Western antiquity, the unshakable belief that virgins and female oracles possessed the unique, exclusive power to peer into the future. What started as a search for cedar ended up weaving the spiritual fabric of the ancient world. See academia.edu for more info.